On the May 18th, 2025 episode of Last Week Tonight, John Oliver took aim at the chaotic rebranding journey of HBO Max, using his signature humor to compare it to one of the more unusual moves from former President Donald Trump, an attempt to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Oliver highlighted the streaming platform's string of confusing name changes, from HBO Go to HBO Now, then HBO Max, briefly to just Max, and finally back to HBO Max. He joked that this roller coaster of rebranding was almost impressive in how baffling it became. Sometimes, before we can get used to one odd name, someone swoops in to make it worse, and then somehow manages to make it worse again, before eventually going back to the confusing thing we started with, he said. To emphasize the absurdity, Oliver drew a parallel with a real-world example. Executive Order 14172, a directive from Trump that sought to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. Oliver noted that this wasn't just an offhand comment, there was official documentation behind it. According to him, the Associated Press was even excluded from White House events for not adopting the new term, showcasing the extreme lengths the administration went to enforce it. In a self-aware twist, Oliver called out his own network's marketing team for expecting him to poke fun at the Max branding drama. "Please look me in the eyes when I say this," he began. "Don't try to guess what I'm going to do. I won't do it just because you expect it." Then, in a comedic reversal, he added, "Unless you thought that reverse psychology would stop me." But how could that strategy come from the same team that approved all these wild name changes? Oliver's commentary cleverly spotlighted the confusion and public skepticism that often follows abrupt and seemingly unnecessary rebranding, whether in business or politics. His takedown mixed sharp insight with comedic flair, reminding viewers how even the names we use can reflect larger questions about control, identity, and logic, or lack thereof.